Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to have some Division 18 ranked online gameplay in the lightweight division. And when you're playing ranked, obviously everyone will have a set goal of what division they want to reach, and whether that's top 100 or division 20, division 15, etc. A lot of the time you come up against the same fighters over and over, and that's a good thing because you can formulate the same game plans, you learn how to beat those fighters, but often or not you will be using the same fighters, and what that does in turn is your opponent knows how to beat you also. And so what I decided to do in this video was use the dark horse of the lightweight division, which is none other than Iaquinta, also known as Raging Al, and he's listed as a boxer in this game. He's got amazing boxing and amazing wrestling. He can be very dominant on the ground. I used him a lot last season. Didn't get any videos of him, but I really like the way he feels. I'm going into this fight, we're facing a Division 18 Justin Gaethje, and as you know, Justin Gaethje is a top 3 fighter in this division. So this is going to be a real test on how good Iaquinta actually is. And one thing to take note of is it's going to be a 5-round fight, and I always take the first round off. I just want to pick up on my opponent's movements and find similar patterns, and find areas in my opponent's game that I can capitalise on. And in this video especially, you're going to see a big difference from how I approach the fight in round 1, when I'm just picking up the reads and feeling how my opponent plays, to then how I approach it in round 2 once I've made the necessary reads. You'll see that in this video. So we're starting off this round quite tentative. We're absorbing a few shots. We're taking those leg kicks as expected from a Justin Gaethje, and I'm looking to check those obviously because I don't want my leg damage to build up. And as you can see there, whenever it enters the boxing exchanges, I'm not throwing too much, but when I throw, I feel like I have the advantage. Justin Gaethje is a good boxer. I wouldn't say he's one of the best boxers in the division, and Raging Al definitely felt a lot faster in the pocket. And as you can see, I'm starting to check these leg kicks, which will eventually lead to a leg health event if my opponent keeps getting them checked. And as you can see, I'm just working, just getting a feel of how my opponent moves, what they start off their combos with. Do they mix it up? Do they go with a hook, then a jab? He's throwing that spinning back fist of locks that does a tremendous amount of damage if it lands. You see, I'm managing my distance, I'm checking these leg kicks, and his leg's only 2 or 3 checks away from a leg health event, and I know this. So at the moment, even though this is probably my opponent's round for now, because he's getting off more strikes and probably more significant strikes, I'm doing the right things in slowly breaking down my opponent. I'm getting the reads that I need to. And with Justin Gaethje, he's kicking me a lot, and I'm checking them. So once that leg's compromised, he won't be able to throw the leg kicks as much, and when he does, if I check him, that will leave my opponent in a worse position because his leg health will diminish, and I'll get a leg health event which I can capitalise on. And so even though the judges will probably score this round in favour of my opponent, I've made the necessary reads that I need to, and I'm just looking to. I'm not throwing many kicks with Raging Al because kicking isn't his strong suit. He can throw kicks, he does have fairly decent kicking game, but I'm looking to box and I'm looking to wrestle. And as you can see, my opponent's pressure fighting me here, backing me up against the cage, trying to force a shot out of me, whether that be a punch, a kick or a takedown. And I'm not giving that to my opponent. I'm remaining calm. My block was in a good position as I shoot for a takedown here and he denies. And when someone's trying to pressure you, you can't give in to that pressure. And as you see, like I said, I checked that leg and it led to a leg health event. So now I know that leg's compromised, which in turn means I'll get more leg health events in the future, or my opponent has to change stance, and then that leg will now be at the forefront, and I can utilise attacking that leg. So as you can see the stats from the round, I had 11 significant strikes, my opponent had 15, my opponent threw more overall, I got the takedown, but I'd edged that to my opponent that round. And look at the difference in how I approach round 2 than now that I've made the necessary reads. So I know I don't want to keep this kickboxing range, I want to box, bang, straight away we get a knockdown, which in turn we shoot for a takedown, try to get on top. My opponent does a good job of kicking me off, and as you can see, look at how aggressive I am now. I'm dodging the punches I know he's going to throw. Again, that lead uppercut's landing successfully, and I'm going to utilise that more. I back off a bit to give the impression I've called off. He goes for a head kick, I work the body, bang, left hook, and we get another knockdown. So that's 2 knockdowns in the space of a minute. Whereas last round, my opponent was throwing the vast majority of strikes and having the better of the striking, because he kept it at kickboxing range, which is the range that my opponent needed to fight at, because once he gets close into the pocket, I have the huge advantage with Raging Allen's. My opponent's actually ended up on top, which is fine. I'm just going to look to remain calm, hopefully deny a transition, and then work my way up. And here, as you can see, I'm denying more transitions, throwing these little punches to build up GA. And my opponent's content with just staying in half guard for the time being. And I'm looking to deny him posturing up so I can get the reversal if I have more stamina. And then I can actually end up going on top. And that's exactly what I do here. So we end up on top. And I'm content with staying here, just doing little increments of damage. But ideally I want to get back to the feet, because 2 knockdowns in a minute and my boxing has been very good. And you see my opponent then gets his reversal, and he does a little bit of ground and pound damage, and he's probably going to look to do it again, and I know this, and I've made the reads of how he ground and pounds, and as you can see, he goes for the ground and pound again. I swear we get up, and here you can see straight away how different it is to the first round, because as soon as he misses that kick, I push forwards, I look to punish my opponent, I'm breaking that block, I know his head holds in an awful position, get the drop, we wind up on top because he's missed the kick, and we get the ground and pound finish. So that's me using Raging Now, who I believe is the dark horse of the division. My opponent winds up quitting, so I can't show you the stats and the scorecards. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.